What's going on, survivors? Welcome back to Boyzilla, and listen up because we need to talk about State of Decay 3. Now, I know what you're thinking, another video about a game that's been MIA for over a year, but here's the thing, major developments just dropped that completely changed the landscape for this game. These 5 things will either get you hyped beyond belief or make you question everything you thought you knew about State of Decay 3. And trust me, by the end of this video, you're going to have a completely different perspective on what this game actually is. So let's dive in. Okay, let's address the massive elephant in the room. When the hell is this game actually coming out? Because the answer, it might surprise you and honestly, it might disappoint you too. Here's the brutal truth. State of Decay 3 is not coming in 2025. Multiple reliable sources, including Windows Central's Jez Corden and industry insiders, they've all confirmed what we've all been dreading. We're looking at 2026 as the earliest and potentially even 2027. Now, before you click off this video in frustration, let me explain why this might actually be the best news possible. Do you remember State of Decay 2's launch? That game was more broken than a zombie's moral compass, crashes, game-breaking bugs, and multiplayer that barely worked. The fact that Undead Labs is taking their sweet time this go around suggests they've learned from that disaster. Plus, here's what's really interesting. When concerned fans started panicking on Reddit about the game's status, Undead Labs developers actually responded directly. They said, and I quote, "Don't worry about the game, we are just very busy." That's not the response of a studio in development hell, that sounds like confidence. The reality is, with Microsoft's backing since their 2018 acquisition, Undead Labs have the resources and the time to make this a true next-gen zombie experience, and based on what I've uncovered about their technical ambitions, they're going to need every single day of that extra development time. The waiting sucks, but trust me, what they're building is going to be worth it. Now, this is where State of Decay 3 goes from another zombie game to holy crap, this changes everything. Because Undead Labs isn't just upgrading their engine, they're completely rebuilding the entire franchise from the ground up. State of Decay 3 is being built in Unreal Engine 5 and they're not doing it alone. Microsoft have assigned the coalition, the Gears of War Masters, to collaborate directly with Undead Labs on maximising Unreal Engine 5's potential. That's like having Gordon Ramsay help to cook you dinner. You know it's going to be incredible. But here's what this actually means for you as a player. Reactive, visceral combat that makes previous State of Decay games feel like you're fighting zombies with foam bats. The 2024 Xbox Games Showcase trailer showed real-time dismemberment, dynamic environment destruction, and physics-based interactions that were all rendered in-engine, no pre-rendered nonsense. What you saw is exactly what you'll be playing. The visual fidelity jump is absolutely insane. We're talking about individual strands of hair moving in the wind, realistic cloth physics on your survivor's clothing, and zombie gore that reacts realistically to different weapon types. So when you smash a zombie's head with a sledgehammer, it's gonna look and feel completely different from slicing one with a machete. Okay, this is where State of Decay 3 could actually redefine what zombie co-op gaming looks like, because everything you know about State of Decay 2's multiplayer, just throw it out the window. State of Decay 3 is introducing what they're calling a truly shared open world, and I'm not talking about that drop in drop out co-op where you're basically a glorified AI companion. This is a 4-player persistent co-op where each player can start in completely different locations across a massive interconnected map. So you and 3 friends boot up the game and you literally spawn on opposite sides of the map. One player might start in an abandoned suburban neighbourhood, another in a fortified military base, someone else in a rural farmhouse, and the 4th in an urban downtown area. Each location has unique resources, challenges and storylines. Creative director Kevin Patzit explained it perfectly, and I quote, "The boundaries in which you can go off independently are going to be much greater than they were in State of Decay 2. This means while you're clearing out zombie hordes on the east side of the map, your buddy could be establishing a trade route on the west side, and both actions, they permanently affect your shared world." But here's the really crazy part. The world remembers everything. That bridge you and your friend destroyed to stop a zombie migration, it stays destroyed for all 4 players. That safe house your team fortified, everyone can use it. The resources one player discovers, they become part of the collective survival story. This isn't just co-op, this is collaborative world building in a zombie apocalypse. Now here's where State of Decay 3 might actually make you feel something beyond just kill zombie, get loot, because Undead Labs is implementing emotional systems that could actually change how we think about permadeath in gaming. So in the previous games, when a survivor dies it was like, oh well, time to recruit another random NPC. Well, the new one, when someone dies, it's kinda hurt. They're introducing what they call a wall of remembrance, a physical location in your community where every fallen survivor is remembered. But here's the emotional gut punch. Other survivors will visit this wall, they'll have conversations about the people you've lost, they'll get depressed, angry or motivated based on who died and how. The creative director said, I think it's important for not just the player to have this remembrance, but the characters in the world as well, because there's nothing bigger than losing a community member, especially if there's someone you've invested a lot of time and energy into. But it goes deeper than that. Survivors now form actual relationships with each other, best friends, romantic partners, mentorships, rivalries. These aren't just favour texts anymore, these relationships actually affect gameplay mechanics. A survivor who loses their best friend might become reckless in combat, a couple might fight better when they're together, but become devastated if one dies. And here's where it gets really interesting. Your choices in co-op affect everyone's emotional state. If you make a reckless decision that gets someone killed, every player's community feels that loss. Your actions have consequences for everyone's story. Okay, buckle up for this one because this could be the biggest news of all, and it's gonna make some Xbox fanboys really angry. State of Decay 3 might not be an Xbox exclusive. Multiple reports from Push Square and other reliable sources, they've uncovered developers' CVs that list PS5 as a target platform alongside Xbox Series XS and the PC. And before you dismiss this as rumours, this is the exact same pattern we saw with other supposed Xbox exclusives that eventually came to PlayStation. Forza Horizon 5 hit PS5 in 2025 and became one of the best selling games on the platform. Gears of War E-Day, another Xbox Game Studios title, has been heavily rumoured for PS5. Now, Microsoft hasn't officially confirmed this yet, but Phil Spencer has been pretty transparent about wanting Xbox games on as many platforms as possible. During a recent interview he said, "We want our games to be where our players are. PlayStation has the largest console player base, do the maths. So for Xbox fans, I get it, this might sting, but here's the reality. More platforms mean more players mean bigger budgets for DLC and expansions, more players mean longer post-launch support. Plus, if the rumours are true, we're talking about simultaneously releases across all platforms. Nobody gets left behind in the zombie apocalypse. Look, I've been completely honest with you, this video probably gave you mixed emotions. The delays hurt, especially since we've been waiting since that initial 2020 announcement. But everything I've uncovered suggests that State of Decay 3 is shaping up to be the zombie survivor game we've always dreamed of. The fact that they're taking time away from marketing to focus on actual development, that's respect right there. They've learned from State of Decay 2's buggy launch and they want to get this one right. 2026, it might feel like forever away. But if what I've researched is accurate, we're not just getting another zombie game, we're getting a complete evolution of the survivor genre. The wait will be worth it. So there you have it, survivors. What's your take on all this? Drop your thoughts below and show some love. Press that subscribe button and I'll catch you in the next one.